All right, hold on. So I'm gonna try and run through this real quick. I got things to do. Today is still February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. It's more to do with the animal. It's got more to do with the movie. We're caught in a loop. Caught in a loop of where things are starting to repeat itself. But if things are repeating themselves and people have become desensitized or over-traumatized to the results, then they'll pretend like they don't see them. Or, furthermore, what goes into this reading, the blackened history, if you black out what already happened, when it happens again, there'll be very few people that remember it, and those that do remember it, when they speak out, they won't be believed. That is the danger of erasing history. So earlier I posted my write-up for The Week Ahead, WAK. I entitled it The Blackened History and the Week Ahead of Us. When you keep looking away as they lock away the history, so his story gets a safer space to repeat and resist and resist. Resist as in be reluctant to change, and resist, RECYST, become another form of infection. You know, when you get a cyst, that's not a good thing. We're in a point to where society is resisting itself. So the history of his story gets a safer space to repeat and resist its position as the control for everything you see, say, and do. Then the weak that need those conditions don't even matter because you leave them ahead of you while steadily being left behind and apart. And apart is APART, where things are being pulled apart, and a part, A space PART. You playing a role. All of us are playing a role in everything that's going on around us, even when you want to lie to yourself about not having a damn thing to do with it. Everybody's guilty. In the minute that you keep hiring sickness as what's going to give you healing, the only thing you hired was your sickness. But as shown through history, if the sickness think it's healing others by introducing its sickness to others, you already got a problem. When somebody's mental illness, social illness, physical illness become of such a detriment to where it now have to make you feel like them, holy sheep shit, this just got so much bigger. When people are not safe within themselves and they need for you to think like them, or they're going to threaten you until you do it, the blackened history and the weak, WAK, ahead of us. If you keep letting everybody who is showing you their sickness, their weakness, their mental ineptitude, their own mental struggles, if you keep letting everybody who is showing you, hi, I got some fucking issues, but you keep letting me stay ahead of you, two things happen. You've already shown your weakness, and you've already placed yourself in the field of conditions to where what's ahead of you can change what they've already realized and leave what they want you to see in place. This just took another turn. Nah, I'm not going to go that route because too many of y'all are already lost to what this reading is talking about. But I'll just say, in the metaphysical realm, there is such things as oracles and divination spirits and things like that that will potentially tell you what may be coming ahead based off of probabilities and possibilities. But even some of them spirits are so hardline into what they're experiencing that they're going to tell you that that's what's going to come. Yet time has consistently shown us that even when spirits tell us something is happening, it don't necessarily happen, because that gets into a bigger thing called the collective consciousness. Collectively, the consciousness can produce an event just like they can dispel an event, just like they can be unwittingly used to produce an event or dispel an event. And I hope that hasn't lost you, but collective energy in a environment such as ours, all you got to do is streamline the main form of the thoughts. All you have to do is streamline the main form of the thoughts within the collective consciousness, and there's your fucking paradigm shift. Keep teaching people that somebody's coming to save them, they'll never do a damn thing to save themselves. Holy sheep shit. And then they'll get mad when you present that as a fucking fact. Keep teaching people that somebody's going to come save them, they won't do a damn thing to save themselves, even when they're being slaughtered. Again, the blackened history. If people who have that experience have now been discredited or removed. The younger generations that are now going through it won't believe it's a possibility. We can walk back to the 30s in Germany. We can walk back a little bit further than that into the African experience, the Middle Passage and all that bullshit. You can walk back even further than modern slavery, then into Grecian empires, Roman Greco empires, the Egyptian takeover, the Indian spice trade. You can go into almost any form of history. Hell, you can go into Genghis Khan. People don't believe that what's happening could happen, so they pretend like they don't see and let it take place, and then complain when it took place, and then don't do a damn thing different. So let's get this done. I'll read it again for those of you that just got in here. Again, this is a pinned post on my TikTok. The blackened history in the week ahead of us. When you keep looking away as they lock away the history so that his story gets a safer space to repeat and resist its position as the control of everything you see, say, and do, then the weak, W-E-A-K, that need those conditions don't even matter because you lead them ahead of you while steadily being left behind and apart. And again, pulled apart. Playing a role and pulled apart. You become basically a willing co-conspirator in your own demise. So 2-3 to 2-9. Today was 2-2. That's on last week's write-up. 2-3 in my numerology system, 2-3-2025 says I'm connected. The whole month of February is a 2. That is connection. On some points, it's going to also show you reflection. It's also going to show you the basic duality, which is a real, love you too. The two, like I was saying with duality is a lower vibration. And I'm not trying to, be funny or nothing like that. But really, once you start learning awareness, duality is a basic trick. Hell, duality is a basic trick that they pull on us every day. They'll have you thinking that your skin is better than my skin, or my gender is better than your gender, or my belief is better than your belief. Then they ain't got to worry about shit. If they have the lower vibrational people vibrating low while lying to themselves about vibrating high, the motherfucker that instituted all that discord eats all the energy. Perspective. But before you start dealing with powers and vessels of 3, you better start seeing yourself in singularity. Again, duality is the foreground to triplicity. Triplicity is the battleground of fragmentation. But you got to get there and you got to start somewhere. So that's not to argue with you or anything like that. But until you can get out of duality level thinking, you will sponsor multiplicity. When that's the whole fucking trick, is having you seeing yourself everywhere except for here. So, Ryan, I love you, but no. Spirit is under the perception, my perspective, my experience. Spirit is under the perception of soul as self in fragmentation. Multiple personality disorder. Spirit asks the question to itself and now it's giving itself the answer. Flesh is an emanation. Flesh is a manifestation. You're basically saying everything I'm telling you. If you start thinking in lower vibrational terms, flesh, there's so much more than flesh. This flesh is just a fucking meat suit. This is just a meat suit. How did you get in the meat suit? Who put you in the meat suit? And where were you at before then? When you can't start... How'd you get to 3? You keep saying there's power in 3. You're right. 3 is where you already been put in separation. Start with 0. 0 is the fool. Watch what happens. Watch what happens when you realize that 0 is the fool that keeps giving its power to separation. So, the black in history, 2-3. You are God. But again, I hear you, but shh. You're basically telling me everything that I keep telling y'all to let go of. Ryan, stop. You're basically saying everything that I keep telling y'all, you might want to stop investing in that shit because they ain't doing nothing but running your minds in many different directions. You are who you're seeking. You just ain't ready to find yourself. So you keep sitting and waiting on somebody to come save you. That's why everything's going on right now. So 2-3-2025, you're connected to those threes, connected to them thoughts that control the show. That thought, the three, the divine empress, the mind, body, soul component, the triangulation aspect, the man, woman, child, the Christic energy. Holy sheep shit. This shit's got so many definitions, I don't know what the fuck it is. Shh, don't worry. I'll show you what it is, says the three. The thoughts will show you how to separate yourself, and then you'll fight to do it. Oops. So 2-3-2025, you're connected to those threes, them thoughts that control the show. If you're under a spell and can't see past its programming, basically everything I just got through telling you, thinking in lower vibrational terms, if you can't see past its programming, your ability to think is lost, which means so are you. If the only thing you can do is think in the format of separation, please tell me, how can you fucking find wholeness? If every word, if every thought in your mind only sponsors more things that pull you apart, you're not holding yourself together. You're just finding fields of justification and relocation. Holy shit, fragment motherfucking-tation. You're only just trying to find a safe space to define yourself because you haven't been finding yourself on your own. You skipped the fool, gave all your fucking power, and now you're in separation, begging for a master. So, 2-3-2025, you're connected to the thoughts that keep on telling you you can't hold yourself together because that ain't your job. Let your life tell your tale. If it's not your job to hold yourself together, please go get in the front of a fucking Mack truck and see what the fuck happened. You'll succumb. That three done already zeroed you. That thought done already fooled you. You think you a three, you already the zero. But holy shit, like I told y'all the other day, that three that got you standing behind it, got all your energy. That three just became a 30 because you don't know your own power, which means you succumb to what you believe. In my cards, this is the king of earth. What's ruling over what I believe? What's ruling over what I believe? Them fucking threes. Because now I believe them threes is going to show me a better way to find somebody who is only me in fragmentation, which means it's going to help me find me in fragmentation. Shh. You're not ready for wholeness, but you're ready for a mess of holes. So, 2-3, you ready for a mess of holes. People always succumb to what they believe. That's in the form of not only religion, but tradition, knowledge, anything. Anything that you believe, but here's the key. You gotta let your life tell your tale. If what you believe in is taking you into a place to where there are a limited amount of struggles, stay on that motherfucking journey. But if what you believe in is telling you that the journey requires struggle, you're a motherfucking fool. But you can't tell a fool that they've been fooled until they get tired of fooling themselves. So 2-3 will take you to 2-4. You connected to the controller more than you are to yourself. This is Stockholm Syndrome Supreme. When you will fight to save your master by doing things that show you willingly enslaved, you don't see yourself as enough. Scarcity, because you've already given all your power to what you think. That zero, that fool, that source that had it all is only going to give all its energy to what it placed in front of it. Holy shit, the week ahead is only a reflection of the week behind. You being too weak to save yourself means that you already gave your energy to what you now think is greater. That's your reciprocity. You didn't see yourself as enough, so you already gave your potential to who you think you are, but yet who you think you are already put you in separation. I can't make that shit up. You are starring, the 17, your star card, you are starring in your own separation, but holy shit, I think I told you that at the beginning. You just playing a part. So much to the point to where you play enough parts to where you'll roll yourself over. Cosmic psychosis. When you get through identifying with one piece of shit that you thought you knew, now you come into another level of piece of shit that you thought you knew, and you're trying to make them one and the same. That's that path of ascension shit. That's that confused ass organized spirituality where I left organized religion and now I'm an organized spirituality because I need a clear definition. You went from worshiping God and not finding enough space to worship God to now trying to find yourself so that you can worship God. Shh. 2-5. 2-4 just showed, were you connected to the controller? Your thoughts. 2-5, 2025 will show where you're connected to the lessons that are already abusing and controlling you, because it's the only guidance you trust. I talk about this all the time, where people leave organized religions, start practicing start practicing the occult or metaphysics, have an experience that they don't understand, so then they trust back in an understanding that they never had. They'll experience something in the occult and try and put a Christian label on it, or Muslim, or Catholicism, or Judaism, or whatever ism you want to put on it. You'll try and label what you didn't understand on something that you can't understand, and then when you can't get clarity, you'll run back to where you left from. You're going to see a lot of that this year. You've been seeing a whole shit ton of it last year, but you're going to see even more this year. Why? Because people need to be controlled, because they cannot let go of what's already controlled them. That thought. So 2-5 is going to show where you're connected more to the lessons that have abused and controlled you, because it's the only thing you trust. We'll just say government. We've had enough government. Make sure y'all vote. Holy shit, Batman 33. You the genie in reverse. You keep giving up all your fucking power. Holy shit, Zero. You keep giving up all your power to them damn threes. Now you become the 3. You become the experience. Why? Remember I told you a minute ago, it was reciprocity. If I don't see where I'm only exhibiting the weakness of myself, I'll hire weak motherfuckers to lead me. But I'm so weak within myself that I think they're too strong that I can't do nothing different. So now I give them all my power. The genie. You become the genie. Hell, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said that shit the other day. The only way that things gonna get better here is if the people make a change. Shit. Spoken as a soldier. Shit. Wait for that shit. Hell, even the racist and pedophilic forefathers of this country would have done something by now. This generation and the generations that are here now already been mentally beaten into submission, because all they know how to do is think in separation. So 2-5, 2025, you've been connected to the abuse too long to where you can't find a connection to yourself unless you think the abuse authorizes it. Tells me who I am, boss. Okay. History will show you that. When you don't know who you are and you go to what's already got you fucked up to give you a definition, you know you done fucked up, right? 2-6, connected to the trauma of being tricked into needing to be controlled. Only on 2-6, 2025, it's going to produce a 2-2-2-2. That's 4 2s. 4 of the same number in a row is a fucking infection. What's 2? My connection. My connection is a bad infection. What's a 2? Knowledge. My connection to what I think I know has gotten me fucked up. What's 2? Projection. What I keep projecting out of my mouth and proclaiming is the fucking spell I keep existing under, because it's the only thing I know how to speak. That'll lose too many of you, where you don't understand, where you'll sit here and say that bullshit about the law of manifestation, the law of attraction, and the first thing you do is proclaim yourself not worthy enough to be saved. So you keep producing the fucking environment. 2-6, too connected. Too connected to the trauma. Holy shit. It's got all your abundance. You keep playing the Lilith choice. That is the wheel of fortune. 10 is you've already been tricked. You've already gave your potential to what's already got you fooled, but what's got you fooled is you. Take your time with that one. It's them damn thoughts that you think that are now greater than you as the thinker. So you just taking power from yourself and gave it to your own damn demise. Damn, Lilith, you chose between enslavement and enslavement, but you free. Oh, 2-7. But like I was saying, that 2-2-2, I'm gonna give you this bonus one. 4 2s in a row mean that you're trapped in the reflection. People are starting to say this stupid shit that I've been telling y'all for years, not trying to be funny, but you motherfuckers are tiring. You really are. For years, not just me, many people have been telling you, we've been in timeline convergence. what you keep seeing on other timelines keep reinstituting themselves here. Plus, because we're not doing something different, we keep on reproducing the same events. We keep going through Samsara's wheel, the reincarnation loop, same experiences with different people, trying to produce a different result that keeps producing the same experience with different people, trying to produce a different result with the same people ad infinitum. You are just sitting here trapped in the reflection of your choices, and you want to know why? Them fucking threes. You have chosen your thoughts, which means you've already submitted your ability to be the thinker. If you think that somebody is going to come save you, you haven't been thinking for yourself. So you're trapped in the reflection of what you keep on fucking manifesting. Holy sheep shit. Them twos are going to come out 4 times. That 2 going to come out 4 times, which means, holy shit, what was 2024? A 44? 2 4s. You manifested. See, 2024 is the year of manifestation. It's the year of the dragon. You're right. You motherfuckers burned yourself all last year. Now you're in the year of the snake. Now you're going to find out. You're going to fuck around and find out what you manifested. 12 days in. You ain't seen shit. 12 days in. You motherfuckers ain't seen shit. Buckle up, hoss. You manifested this shit. Them threes, you done gave your mind, body, and soul to what can burn you, which means, holy shit, you burnt yourself. You have not chosen you, so you get what the fuck you get. So, 2-7, you get what the fuck you get. Connected to yourself under the controlling circumstances. This is subdued self. This is lower self. This is where I keep telling you, stop thinking in the forms of duality. Duality already told me I'm in separation. Before I move, if I'm not feeling myself and I'm feeling in separation, I need to figure out what the fuck is going on with me and how can I reestablish wholeness before I tear myself further apart. You understand that? Now, I'm not going to do that because that'll traumatize some of you. Let's just say that if you are ever at the point to where you're wounded and it's an open wound, before you move, you normally are going to try and fix and secure the wound. You understand that? Before I get up and move and my leg fall apart, I at least better try and hold myself together. The majority of you won't try to hold yourself together because you think somebody else is going to come do it for you. So you've already been held under the circumstances. Your subdued self, you don't know how to think in the terms of saving myself because that's already been paid for. Somebody else already got that covered. Okay, so that means your end game is I've already played myself into thinking in the form of separation. So the only thing I'm gonna keep on producing is separate results. So 2-7, where 2 is your connection, 7 to who the fuck I think I am. But if who I think I am has already been the results of a programming, you still hitting. Oops, 2-0. That fool is still held into the connection. Judgment. You got bad judgment. You are only hidden in what already hid you by putting you in everything. What was that shit? Harry Potter, the Horcruxes. The best way to get rid of Voldemort, whatever that motherfucker's name was to get rid of the Horcruxes because he hid all parts of himself in the Horcrux. Destroy all the Horcruxes, you'll destroy him. It's not that fucking simple. Stop putting you into everything and then you can stop destroying yourself and then you can see why the fuck I won't hold myself together. Try that one. You don't need nobody to come try and save you. You need to figure out why the fuck you keep pulling yourself apart. Why? My judgment. I've been hidden from being able to hear myself. So holy shit, the only thing I know how to hear is them threes. Because they gonna show me the way. Wait for it. 2-8, connected to the struggle. 2, connection. 8, the strength card, the struggle. 2025, what's guiding me? I'm connected to the struggle that's guiding me. But if I'm connected to the struggle that I already showed you as being tricked, if something shows you it's a trick and you keep going to it, spiritual hole stroke. You embraced it. You embraced it because it's going to show me. This is the element of spirit. I like fragmentation. I can hold myself together when I get around a bunch of other people who can hold themselves together when we're together too. That's what's going on out here. You can like me, I don't give a fuck. I don't get like pay. You can hate me, I don't give a fuck. You won't do nothing. I don't get like pay. But too many of y'all are only as safe as those around you. You're easily triggered. You have no ability to lead yourself, and you only want to get mixed in with whoever you think is the greatest leader. Yet the greatest leader, in most cases, has the largest potentiality of being pulled apart. Y'all motherfuckers will deify and fall behind anybody who sounds just as fucking crazy as you do. Sorry, Sufi Water Folktale. Sufi Water Folktale. You better go find Kadir, the prophet. You motherfuckers done drink the Kool-Aid. Why? Because 2-8 just showed where you more connected to the struggle that you keep on embracing. Why? Because that's the thought that keeps on moving you. Them threes ain't gonna let you go for free. But yet the 3 is just where you won't hold yourself together. So the last day for this week ahead, where you keep blacking out everything that already showed you what it is, but you don't like the answer. Definition of insanity. 2-9, next Sunday, is going to show where you're connected to control to the point to where you'll fight to be controlled. 2020 showed y'all that, especially here in South Carolina, where people were under the fear of the sickness being greater than what they understood, that they begged government to govern them tighter so that they can be safe, while all the while complaining about government not giving them safety. You motherfuckers will lock yourself on a plantation if you thought you could. You giving up your fire. You will burn yourself. 23. 2-3 will show it. 2-3 showed you where you already succumbed to that thought. On 2-9, that thought that you connected to is the only thing burning you. Why? Because you think it'll set you free. If you keep giving your power to a thought line, or a line of thinking, I should say, that has somebody else doing what you refuse to do for yourself, don't sound too smart. Don't sound too smart at all. Waiting on somebody to come save you, but not doing a damn thing else to save yourself, and hiring more motherfuckers to show that you're already in danger while lying to yourself, while they lie to you by showing you your truth. And you still ain't seen enough. At the beginning, I said the 3 was just the thought, but the thinker was the fool. Here's the fool. The motherfucker that think they know. The grand manipulator. The person who don't understand their magic. The person who doesn't understand their magic because they think they know is the first one easily manipulated. Every fucking Sunday, turn on a black radio station before noon. The people who were so easily manipulated stays under manipulation and stand proudly in it. It ain't just about religion. That stands in everything in fucking society. But the examples of the spell are shown to you daily. You just lie to yourself about what you see. But there may come a time where even you can't lie to yourself. But you know how that go. Let your life tell your tale. Or let somebody else keep telling you what you can see. The fool.